Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to reveal my updated 23andMe Ancestry report. I am doing this video a little casually. I just didn't feel like sitting on my backdrop and all that stuff, so I'm just sitting on my bed. This video isn't going to be too long. I'm not going to talk about too much of the process and stuff because I do have a full review on the 23andMe Ancestry kit. It will be linked somewhere on the screen and down in the description box. But I did a ancestry test a few months back and I revealed my results on YouTube. So before then I had no type of idea of what I was mixed with. So obviously I'm black, so I knew that, but you know, I didn't know what made up me. So I got my results back and like I said, I revealed them on YouTube, but as more information becomes available and technology advances, 23andMe will update your results so they can become more precise. With that being said, I got an email telling me that the algorithm had been updated and that my results had changed. So I have my tablet right here and I'm going to pull up the results on the 23andMe app. So one of the cool things about 23andMe is you can actually go back and look at the old results. I'm not going to read the old results off. If you care to know what the initial results were and how much they changed, then I'll just have that video, like I said, linked somewhere. And you can just go back and look at that. Any noticeable, like, huge changes, I will make note of while we're going through this. As of right now, this says that I am 74.1% Sub-Saharan African. In that, I am 64.4% West African. So to make up my West African heritage, I am 37.5% Nigerian. That is predominantly what I am. I am also Ghanaian, Liberian, and Sierra Leonean. And then I'm also Senegambian and Guinean. My broadly West African percentage went up. Before the algorithm update, it was like 12 point something percent. I don't remember exactly, but now it's 13.3. So out of West Africa, like I said, I'm Nigerian, Ghanaian, Liberian, Sierra Leonean, Senegambian, Guinean, and then broadly West African, which could be a plethora of places. So still some information that has not been uncovered. My East African heritage is Angolan and Congolese. And then a very insignificant percentage of broadly Congolese and Southern East African. I also have a percentage of African hunter-gatherer, so the pygmies. I am part pygmy. I am Sudanese. And then 0.7% Sub-Saharan African. So that is overall my African heritage. So Nigerian, Ghanaian, Liberian, Sierra Leonean, Senegambian, Guinean, Angolan and Congolese, Pygmy, Sudanese, and then there is a little over 14% of my African heritage that is not accounted for. So I am mostly Nigerian. Now next we move on to my European heritage, and a lot of the heritage that was mentioned in my initial report is now missing from this part. I am a 23.8% European. So for Northwestern Europe, I am British, and that is the majority of my white European heritage. I'm 22.1% British, as I'm probably from Greater London or the UK, which makes complete sense because I have heard stories from both sides of my family that slave owners procreated with slaves. So that would make sense. I'm also French and German. And then I have percentages of broadly Northwestern European and broadly European. So those could be anywhere in Europe. And then I am 1.6% East Asian and Native American. I'm only 0.2% Native American. And I am 1.3% Filipino and Austronesian, which was new. That was not on there before. They just had my my Asian heritage is unknown before. So now I know I am Filipino and Austronesian. And then there's still some broadly Chinese and Southeast Asian unaccounted for as well. I was actually a little bit more excited to see these results over my initial results. The initial results gave me my first peek into who I am, But now that this is getting kind of broken down, and you know, it's getting to a point where it's like, okay, I'm definitely Nigerian and I'm definitely British. My Nigerian heritage is about 40% of my makeup, roughly, while my British heritage is roughly 20%. So about 60% of my makeup is British and Nigerian, while the other 40% is other places.
Is British even like a real, like, is that an ethnicity though? Like, I don't know. So anywho,
the two things that were most like shocking to me was the percentage amount that went up for my Nigerian and British. I was still predominantly those things before, but now it went up. Each one went up by about like 10+%. So I don't know what type of technology they're using to get these numbers or to do this, but that's a pretty big jump. So the biggest shockers that are on here are the Sudanese and the Filipino and Austronesian being added, because there was stuff that was taken away off of this report, but those two things are newly added. There's still a good amount of my ethnicity that is unaccounted for, and that's kind of a little disappointing. Oh yeah, and I have 0.5 that's just unassigned. They couldn't figure it out. I'm really curious, for real, to know like really what I am, and there's probably no surefire way that I'll ever know unless I hire like a private investigator or something to like research my lineage and all that. But this is very interesting to me because I am a person who is all about growing and knowing themselves, loving themselves. I'm a very introspective person. So for me, on a deeper level, this is just really about knowing who I am, knowing where I come from, just so I can figure out where I'm going. Some of the things that, like, you know, percentage wise, I know with DNA and genetics, it can be a little confusing, especially like, okay, it says for me, I'm only 0.2% Native American, which is odd to me because I know I have grandparents and great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents who have Native blood in them, for sure. But in the genetic gene pool, I just didn't grab onto those genetics specifically from them. So I hope that makes sense. Even if lineage might be a little close, it's still a chance that you might not pick up any of those genetics. Just like me and my brother, we have the same mother and the same father, but our DNA test will not ever come back 100% the same, because we're not the same person. He drew different DNA from our parents, just like I drew different DNA from our parents. So he could have higher percentages of British or, you know, whatever in his chart, but 23andMe somehow would still be able to recognize the fact that we are family. I do think it's cool that 23andMe does continue to update and make their service better and give people more insight on who they are and where they come from. But I will say that this really did spark me to want to go ahead and do an Ancestry test from another company. So I think I'm going to order an Ancestry test from Ancestry.com the next time they go on sale. I just don't want to spend another $100 on a test. I was pressed to last time because I really wanted to know what I was mixed with. So I spent the $100, but Ancestry.com always got deals going on. They be doing like half off or 40% off or whatever. So the next time they have a deal, I will be ordering their sample kits and sending that in because I really want to compare and contrast these two companies, especially now that they've updated this, because that just shows me that y'all fully don't really know what y'all talking about. But whatever. So yes, now you know what I mix with. Again, what creates this this undeniable beauty. Okay, let me stop before y'all be talking shit about me. Talking about I'm cocky. Whatever. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in to my updated Ancestry, and I will see you on the next one.